Our story today is drawn from the 7th chapter of Isaiah. Here, we find the kingdom of Assyria in its prime, ruling over many nations. Syria and Israel formed an alliance in defiance of Assyria, attempting to bring Judah into their fold. When Judah refused, threats from Syria and Israel ensued. In this crisis, the prophet Isaiah delivered a message from the Lord saying, "Be careful, keep calm and don't be afraid. Do not lose heart because of these two smoldering stubs of firewood. Their plot will not stand. It will not come to pass. If you do not stand firm in your faith, you will not stand at all." Despite this prophetic counsel, King Ahaz of Judah was fearful and considered seeking Assyria's help. He believed Assyria to be a formidable ally. Yet he claimed, "I will not put the Lord to the test." Unbeknownst to him, true salvation comes from God. His lack of understanding set the stage for a looming tragedy. This chapter of Isaiah highlights an issue in international politics: the dilemmas posed by alliances. From a political standpoint, alliances have their pros and cons. The decision to align or not depends on the global perspective and the inherent strength of the nation itself. King Ahaz of Judah found himself in such a predicament. Why, you may ask? When a nation forms an alliance, it implies a long-term, close military and political relationship with other nations. This relationship carries mutual obligations. For instance, support is expected when an ally is threatened or violated. Essentially, nations are tied together. Your enemies become my enemies, and vice versa. This can potentially antagonize dominant powers like the Assyrian Empire. A unified front makes it harder for them to exercise control. Military alliances have their advantages, but also come with a slew of complications. They are inherently divisive and antagonistic. Aligning with certain nations inevitably targets others. Throughout world history, military alliances have often led to wars and conflicts. An allied nation can easily drag a country into its religious and racial disputes. Upon closer examination, everything has two sides. When you feel secure in a strong alliance, you may also have made more enemies. Feeling threatened, these enemies may seek their own allies or resort to drastic countermeasures. So, how does this historical account from Isaiah relate to our Christian faith today? Living in this competitive dog-eat-dog world is challenging. Whether in personal life, social groups, workplaces, business arenas, standing firm and surviving is no easy feat. Society is often likened to a battlefield, operating under the law of the jungle. Amidst overt and covert struggles, it's a matter of survival. Under such circumstances, many naturally band together, seeking support, much like nations forming alliances. When believers face perilous circumstances, remember what the scripture says: "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them. For the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you." Deuteronomy 31:6. Jesus also told those who believed in him, "Do not be afraid of those who kill the body, but cannot kill the soul. Rather, be afraid of the one who can destroy both soul and body in hell." In conclusion, whether you choose to align or not, form factions or not, the focus should be on fearing, trusting, and obeying the ultimate judge. Regardless of the tumultuous waves of this world, he reigns supreme.